Tiddy, Tiddy, we called her name. Our voices echoed in the foul air, bouncing off the grimy, blackened walls. The house answered with silence. Ravan stomped on tiles. He has got her. He tricked us. We ran down the hall, darting from room to room. We kept calling her name, no answer. It was as though Titi had never existed. I think he has taken her upstairs, I speculated. There is nowhere else to hide down here. We slipped across the bottom of the staircase. The old grey stall was still on the floor. Halfway up, a fallen tree blocked the steps. It looked impossible for anyone to climb to the next floor. There must be another way upstairs, I muttered, darting my gaze around. We have not got time to find it, Ravan said. Follow me. He led the way up the creaking, groaning timber stairs. Some of the steps were broken, others shattered, ready to give way. Most of the ornate stair rail had collapsed years ago. We saw termites hungrily chewing their way through the rest. Every step was a nightmare. If part of the staircase caved in, Ravan and I would meet our death for sure. When Ravan reached the fallen tree, he had to climb over the thick branches. Fat, slimy insects oozed around his fingers and feet. He pushed his way through a forest of sodden leaves. I glanced up and saw open sky where the roof had once been. I crawled after him, straddling broken branches, narrowly avoiding the sharp point ends. The foliage was thick. I couldn't see where I was going. I crawled into a filthy nest of ants and slapped them away. A gigantic spider suddenly blocked my way. It thought twice about attacking me and tracked away into a mass of fallen foliage. At last I clambered out of a fallen debris and rose to my feet. At the top of the stairs we found a neat pile of grey stalls. We also found another hallway. All the doors were firmly shut except one at the far end. Stripping, limping footsteps echoed from inside the room. Did you hear that? Ravan breathed. Someone is in there, I agreed. Someone is limping. Testing the timber floor, we started gaping holes until we reached the last room. We burst into it. Once it had been a bedroom. A carved wardrobe was draped with vines. The door hung open, tattered dresses hung inside. Snakes wreathed over an ancient cheap mirror. Ravan sucked in a breath. I almost choked in horror. In the center of the room, instead of a bed, stood an old coffin. Its lid resting to one side. Without a word, we edged forward and peered into the smelly box. Kitty was inside, stretched out on a filthy shroud. Her flesh grey, her eyes closed, her hands folded over her chest. She's dead, Ravan yelled.